To the MLO Live Show as people come in today. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you guys. Honored to be a part of your lives as always. And we have a special guest on the call today, Garrett, who is always a pleasure to have on. He's going to do a little market update, but I think what you guys, the market update's cool, but he's got a couple strategies that he's doing, one on a monthly basis, and I think, Greg, one on a yearly basis. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Let us know where you're calling in from, and let's get this party started.
Hey, I'm calling in from the home of the Red Raiders. I think we're 9-1 or 10-1. We're playing for the Southwest Championship
in
Austin, Texas this year.
Let's go.
So I live about 10, 12 minutes from the stadium. I grew up here. I attended a local university here, went to a graduate school of banking. So I'm still involved in the banking world. I'm still involved in a family real estate business, and now, as of about 4 years ago, a mortgage business. And so I'm thrilled to do all three, and kind of hard to keep up, but I love the opportunity of what each day brings to me.
Amen, brother. Amen. So very cool. So you tell us a little bit about what you do on the banking side of things, because if people haven't heard you talk, I think it's pretty cool to know the insights and why you're qualified to give us some advice in regards to the market.
You know, I'm no smarter than anybody on this call. Okay. I want to be just really upfront with everybody and say, hey, I'm just a normal guy, but I did graduate from the SMU Graduate School of Banking. And what that allows me to do, there's really two schools of banking in the United States. If you go to, you're pretty much guaranteed, if you get through it all right, to be a CEO of a bank. So I founded my old bank in 2008. We sold it in 2018. So I didn't cash out. I'm not rich like a lot of bankers. I lived on a modest income. But bottom line is, since that time, what happens is, in the banking world, when the FDIC has a bank that they can't figure out whether it needs to sell or not, they'll normally hire about a 75-year-old ex-CEO who will go and kind of oversee it, but they don't want to do the work, and they know me. So they'll call me and they go, come figure this out, and we'll pay you very well per hour, you know? And so I go to banks and I sit on bank boards, and I sit on their holding company, because normally banks, you know, the stock is held in the holding company, and then you got the bank. So I normally sit on both holding company boards and bank boards. And when they get regulatory reports, I'm the guy that at least understands, with all the years of experience, every paragraph, is that law? You know, is that a regulation, or is that their BS interpretation? And can you fight back on that? Right. So my job is to bring up action items, what the board needs to be doing, how to reply to those regulatory reports.
Love it, dude. So is that a scary place to be? It's got to be a little scary sitting there hearing what's going on behind the scenes, and now you're here, you're hired to fix it, but it's like we're talking billions of dollars, right?
You're talking billions of dollars. And I will tell you, even though I've been doing it for 40 years, it's intimidating every single month when you sit on those boards.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you're an employee or when you're running the bank, you probably have to be right about 95% of the time. When you're a consultant, you got to be right 100% of the time.
I love it. So you're one bad call away from retirement or being fired, and whatever, however you want to say it.
That's okay.
I love it. So give us a market update, brother. What are you seeing? What are you feeling?
Yeah, that's a great question. When you mentioned a market update, I thought, how can I keep this very simple for people? How can I encourage you? And here's what I have found out. And I've Googled some spots that you could go look at to show your realtor relationships if you'd like to. But the bottom line is, we have more inventory, but the same amount of sales. So what's happening in so realtors feel like it's slow, but it's actually really not. It's the ones that get out and hustle and work. There's still plenty of business for everybody. So you'll see some headlines. If you wanted me to share my screen, I could show you stuff I came up with.
Of course.
Bottom line is, I just want you to know that there's more inventory. More people want to sell their house. More people are in trouble and need to refinance the equity out of their house. But there is the same amount of sales, so that's good. One of the things that I feel, I mean, you say, well, Greg, what do you feel about the market? You know, and that's a really great point. what I'm seeing is more national home builders increasing their their inventory. We've gotten 3 new home builders where I live in the last 6 months that are nationwide that are building very, very small houses. But you know what? People want new, right? And you got to give the customer what they want. And so, the negative part for us as lenders is a lot of times they have their own financing arm. So, you've really got to get in there and work on making sure you've got realtor relationships so that when they sell their existing house, you can get the loan, even if they're having to go through another lender to buy another house. So I feel like that is coming towards us. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that or not. I certainly have on a few deals that I didn't get to do because builders were paying rates down to in the 4s and 5s this year. And so I want us to be on the lookout for that and stay positive because there's still enough business out there for everybody.
Good stuff, man. Yeah. And I'm feeling the same way. And I think just being part of the coaching calls and us talking about it, there's no shortage of business, no shortage of refinance. There's debt consolidation. People are still buying left and right, record months. I mean, so I'm seeing it, feeling it, hearing it with the people I'm working with. So I know it's out there. It's just depending on whether you're going after it and being visible and being human. So
yeah,
I would agree.
I agree with you.
Awesome. So you anything else you want to share about as in regards to the market?
No, I mean, that's pretty much my 2 cents and what I'm feeling and what I know stats are showing. And I think that can sum it up with your realtor relationships.
Love it.
Let's talk about first kind of what I do on a monthly basis.
Let's do that.
And kind of what I'm committed to do. I'm going to commit myself on this show to do something that I have never committed myself to do. Okay.
Okay.
So, as you know, we have a family real estate business. I've already mentioned that in here. And we do a weekly, email. And then we use a company that sends us about 100 letters a month, and we mail those out. And we're trying to stay top of mind awareness. But you know what? Everybody gets letters in the mail and everybody gets emails. So what can you do different than everybody else? And I'm going to tell you the one thing that I did wrong when I was in my 30s and 40s and early 50s. And that was not keep up with my center of influence. I would agree. Terrible keeping up with my center. And so me and my wife made a real decision to take our center of influence and kind of when I was in my mid 50s, put it together, put it in A, B, C's and D's and make sure that we were truly on, top of mind awareness on a daily and a monthly basis. And the way we did that is we decided to do pop buys. And so does everybody know what a pop buy is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, everybody knows what pop buy is, but I didn't realize that as a lender, there are pop buys for lenders. So if you just Google pop buys for lenders, it'll first come up pop buys for realtors. But if you'll scroll, there's some amazing pop buys. Matter of fact, can I share my screen?
Please do. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you going back to, before you get to this, when you go back to the letters, you're sending letters out, or elaborate on that just a little bit. So physical like letters a company does for you to your sphere of influence, which is around 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a center of influence about 800 people.
800. Okay.
And the goal is we want to be there when they need a loan. We want to be there when they buy or sell real estate. But we also know that that's probably an every 7-year transaction, right? Yep. And so what are we doing? We are working hard to get referrals. Matter of fact, on the back part of every envelope, we have a sticker that says, "Don't forget us. We work by referral." And so I'm telling you, just letting people know we're out there and we want to talk to people they know. I'll give you a perfect example. My wife sold a house to a doctor a couple of years ago, and we've just kept up with him. We hadn't talked to him. We just kept up with him with letters and, an occasional phone call, which we should be doing quarterly. And this weekend, he bought 2 houses for each sister. Okay, in one day. So,
Okay.
Thank you to my wife. Okay,
Right.
Thank you to my wife. Merry Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I just think staying on top of mind awareness. So,
Wow.
I'll show you the pop buys I found for lenders, if that's okay.
Please do. Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
Now, who are the pop buys to, from a lender to, and you're going to show us?
Well, it would be, and again, this is, so can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here's some Christmas pop buys for realtors, but watch this. I'm going to scroll down here. You got social media, right? Pop buys for lenders, tagged by pop buys. So let's just take a quick look. So you got pop buys for lenders here. It's called Market Dwellings. You've got, I had some other places that look great. I'll quit sharing my screen, but I just think that if you'll Google around, there's lots of different pop buys for lenders. I'm going to commit myself to once a month doing a pop buy for each lender that has sent me a deal.
For each agent that has sent you a deal.
For each agent.
Okay.
I mean, think about this.
Okay.
If you pop by in your market for an agent that has sent you a deal, don't you think they would feel really guilty if they went a whole year and didn't send you one of their buyer sides?
I would assume so. Yeah, I would think so.
If you did a great job. I mean, if you did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other thing is, I know some of us deal in other states and places that we really can't drive to. And so what's wrong with mailing the pop by, right?
Right.
Mailing the pop by and saying, and letting them call you. What an easy way to have a conversation is when they receive a gift that's not even valued at $10 probably.
Right.
But where the postage may cost more than the gift. And so,
right.
And so what a great opportunity to have a great conversation and to catch up without them thinking you're calling them for business. Okay. You've reached out to them, right? By pop by, but when they call you to thank you, hey, what are your plans in 2026? What are your goals? Hey, do you have a game plan ready to just hit this market hard? How do you feel about the market? What do you think's happening in the local market? Just things that I would certainly ask. So,
and you and your wife are doing this right now, correct? I mean,
we've been doing it for 10 years. Our investment in what we do is probably less. I'll tell you, I know it's less than $3,000. I haven't put an actual pencil to it.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you, we've never had a year where it didn't pay off.
So every month you look up who you did a deal with, the agent you did it with, and your wife as well. So, or whatever it is, you go back and personally thank them with a gift of some sort, whether you send it or stop by or pop by.
Yeah, for real estate, it's local, right? So,
yeah.
We don't want to call everybody and set up an appointment to go see them.
Right. Right.
To me, we don't have that kind of time. And I will tell you, we typically, we do church on Sunday mornings. I might watch a little football, but around 4:00 is a great time to go deliver pop buys because everybody's home unless they're out of town. And so it gives you the ability to have that conversation with your person. Now, again, as a lender, you're doing an agent. You could take it by the office. When is the best time to catch an agent at their office? I guarantee you it's on Tuesday because all the sales meetings are on Tuesday. And so if you think about it logically, they're going to probably go on tour and they're going to play like they're working that afternoon in their office. So if I was doing a pop by for a realtor, I'd probably do it on a Tuesday afternoon. I mean, does anybody make an argument with that?
No. Find out when the meetings are. It's easy enough, right?
Yeah. So most of the meetings are at least at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. And so, if you want to take donuts by before, that's great. But what I would tell you is, most agents are going to get there right before the meeting, right? Because they're that's their personality. And and after the meeting, they might have a tour where they're out till lunch and may go eat lunch with some of their realtor friends, but they'll come back to the office. So 1:00, 1:30 is an absolute fabulous time to catch a realtor at their office.
Well, that's how Kim Mason built her business. She kept showing up. And then they started inviting her, and then she started bringing value. And now she's like, now you got to come. So awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, it works. What you're saying, it's too easy.
Now, one other thing I would encourage you to do, if you're going to deliver them to the house and they're not there, you'll have your tag on it or something, but you want to remind them that you left it there at the front door, because you just don't want stuff hanging. You know, a lot of us go out of our garage and we never go to our front door. So we do just a quick video. Hope you're having an amazing day. Just left you a quick little pop by gift on the front of your door. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you ever have a question about anything. So
Nice.
It's just, and we sent that video by the time we get in our car to go to the next one. Okay.
You could be like an Amazon, man. Take a picture with a video, have the picture behind you.
Like, Amazon real quick.
So anyway. I mean, how exciting is it? A package is here. You know,
I'm going to tell you something else. It's fun to talk to people.
Right.
Does anybody not like to talk to people?
Right.
I love to talk to people.
Right.
So anyway.
You had a question about this,
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. And thank you so much. This has been helpful because I've been thinking about a pop by, more so to energize my database for 2026. But I've just been scared about the time commitment. Just the time to go to everybody. So number one, I want to ask you, from your experience, what's the best way to make the time, to use time more efficiently? Then number two, do you tell them you're coming or you just show up at the door? Then number three, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to buy like a jar of honey, 12 hands honey, and just put my sticker on it, and something that is useful, edible, and not just the paper they will throw in the trash. What do you think about that? Or do you have any ideas that you think would resonate, that would be more practical?
So we got really three questions there. I don't want to miss any of them, but the main one was, when do you do it? I do it on Sunday afternoons typically. I don't know about y'all, but I am swamped Monday through Friday in one of the 5 kind of businesses that I'm in. So I really don't have that much time. The second question I think you asked was, do you call them first? Absolutely not. I want this to be a delightful surprise to them that we took the time to not just call them. You know, they might think, what do you want if we call them? So it's definitely a code door knock. People don't like to go to their doors, but I'll guarantee you, if you'll knock on it, they'll look through to see who it is. So, and they might think it's a new Amazon gift, right? So anyway, so no, did that answer the question? And the time, does it take time? Yes. But let me ask you a question. If I could trade you $3,000 for $250,000, are you willing to do it?
I'll take that job. All right. Okay. How many hours?
I want to ask, if I could show you the smallest investment you could make without doing social. I love all the social media stuff. I love all the things we've learned in here. But if I could teach you a way to spend less than $3,000 a year and make you $250,000, what kind of return on your investment is that without and getting referrals? Wouldn't you love that? That's the way our real estate business works. Okay.
That's how easy it is, right?
I mean, sometimes you just got to get life a little bit more simple, right? Okay. So you want to talk about kind of what I do at the
end of the year, man. This is huge. If you're not paying attention right now, this is a big one. This is huge. So this is a year end, and did that help? And as far as the gift, I think Greg and I talked about this yesterday. It's not so much about the gift, it's about the thought.
So you can't see this with my hand, I guess, on my back deal, but here's what I want to tell you. Does anybody understand Black Eyed Peas January 1st? There were some people.
I do now. That was me. I do now. Yeah.
Google January 1st, Black Eyed Peas.
Okay. All right.
It is a tradition in the South.
Wait. Did you say Google?
Just
Who does that anymore?
Yeah, I know.
Google's the thing of the past.
So what we do is, we love kids and we love to give back, and we don't do this because of any accolades we get, but we've been doing this since 1992. Okay, I'll tell you how long we've been doing this. And we get the best Black Eyed Peas you can find. We buy Bush's Best. It's called Bush's Best. Okay. And you go to the store next time, you go to the grocery store, I want you to see if they've got some Bush's Best Black Eyed Peas, the best ones out there. Okay. And then what we do, I'm going to share my screen for this if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah.
because I'll show you a little bit about how we've done this. Let's see if I'm going to the right.
So we're talking $1.57.
Is that what it is? That the cost there?
Bush's Black Eye.
Okay.
Okay.
Black Eye.
It depends on what size, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I get
15
the
ounce. 50. Okay.
Yeah, I get the. Let's see. I get
Walmart.
it's got protein and fiber. It's got high quality ingredients. 90 calories. Okay, I'm looking at the can. Let me go to a couple of things that I can show you from just. I'm gonna go to my emails right quick, and I'm gonna put. Should have in my downloads. Hang on one second. Maybe I don't. Children's Home. So each year, what we do is we make a donation. We pick out, this is our Christmas cards for 2025, if you see it. And this is the way we built, this is my wife, and this is the way we build our spreadsheet. And I don't mind sharing this to show you how we do it. It's so simple. Just name, Mr. and Mrs., and got the address where they live. No emails, no phone number. And we actually send that to the Children's Home of Lubbock, because it's when we were, how do I say this in the nicest way, when we were younger parents, we thought, do we adopt or not, right? And adoption is just a blessing, but I didn't think it was really for me. So we set out and we said, Bible says, support take care of the widows and orphans. This is a fabulous facility that takes care of lots of children. And so we just want to support it in a decent way. We do think it's part of our marketing budget. I do think, whether you're lending or being a plumber, you ought to run your business like a CEO, and you ought to have a certain percentage of your gross sales applicable to marketing. And this is part of our marketing budget. And so we have a list of about 75, sometimes to 100 people that we're so grateful that they've done business with us, but more important that they're friends. And we just make a one-time annual contribution to the Children's Home. And in turn, they will send out it'll be very personalized, be a letter, and I don't have it for this year because they're not finished with it, but it'll just say, hey, Greg and Nancy Garrett made a contribution in your name to the Children's Home of Lubbock. Merry Christmas to you. We wish you the best. That's all it says. Doesn't ask you for business, not saying we want referrals. It's just saying, hey, we did this because we love you, right? And that's the whole purpose of it. I can't say how many deals we get from that a year, but I guarantee it's $75,000 or more. And that's not why we do it. And our contribution's about $8 a pop, some 6 to 8, so we'll spend less than $1,000 on doing that. And, there's nothing, so many people, there's nothing you can really buy them that they don't already have. But guess what? This is something they don't have. The other thing we do, I didn't tell Scott this, but I'll share my screen one more time. If I can figure out how to run a computer today.
You're doing good, man.
Let's see here. The other thing, can y'all see my computer or not?
Not yet.
Okay.
Click green once, screen twice.
Yeah, no problem. See if I can even figure this out. But
so just to break that down while you're looking for that. So you call up the Children's Home and you say, I want to donate to these 100 families or however many is in the list. And they in turn send out the letter to those people from them, saying that you donated the money to the Children's Home.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And the other thing, just because we really love the Children's Home and we have a passion for helping kids out, right? We also do this. If I can get can y'all see my computer now that I'm running around here? Okay. So let's go with this one. So the other thing we do is, we're at the age to where we lose friends. Okay. I don't mind saying, I'm 66 and I've got a lot of people I've done business with over the last 40 years, and they may have a sister or a brother that they lose, somebody I've done business with, they may have lost. And so we'll make about a $25 contribution to the children's home. We can type in, what note, we kind of want to say to them, and then they'll send out a memorial for us. And I hate to say this in an awkward way, but it's so much less, and I think even more meaningful from what I've heard, to spend $25 on a memorial gift to the children's home than it is to send a $150 bouquet of flowers. So, it's something about it says, hey, we love you. And it comes to them after the funeral. And so, find you something you can get involved. We're involved in 2 or 3 different nonprofits that we really strongly believe in. Obviously, our first tithe goes to our church, but so this is over and above that. But I want you to know that there wherever you live, there's got to be a food bank. There's got to be a children's home. If you can't find one, we also support a children's home in Guatemala, where I go to about every other year and spend a week helping. So there's lots of good places. I believe we're supposed to live out our purpose, and if our purpose is to make loans, what good is the money if we don't act on it to some degree? So that's my 2 cents for the day.
100%, brother. I appreciate that, man. That's amazing. So, well, we just gave you a $3,000 for 250 and $1,000 for 75. So, and you're helping a lot of people. You're helping children. People are like, let's face it. Like, we can sit here and deny it all day long, but they're gonna use someone. And I think what I like the most is you picked 100. So like, I think like if you Google how many people you can physically know and go deep with, I think it's 150. And so if you were just to pick 100, 200, 150 and go deep with those 150, like you go back to the law 23, they have 23 friends, family, coworkers. They have 250, whatever. So they have 150. It just keeps going and going and going. So you go deep with that 100, 150, and they will absolutely positively refer you all their friends, family, coworkers every time anything comes up. If you're staying visible, you're doing little things like this. It's not about the amount of the gift. It's about the thought of the gift. I'm just saying, like, it's crazy.
And don't forget, when you're talking to someone and they say, hey, my sister lives here or my brother lives here, to say, hey, may I just give them a call and introduce myself? And
Great
get
call.
their email, and bingo. That's
Great
part
call.
of that 800, right?
Great call, man. Yeah. Why not ask? Why not? Like, no, I'll have them call, like, whatever. Like,
you're not asking for business. You're asking for a relationship.
I know.
And how credible are you when you say, hey, I talked to your sister and they gave me your name and number and I just want to visit with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Greg, you just I just came up with another strategy. Like, okay, hey, my goal is to get to know you and your family. Do you mind if I get brothers, sisters? Do you mind if I get their names and just call them, introduce myself?
So
how many people would say yes?
Can I tell you what we're doing in the real estate business real quick? We're about to run out of time.
Yeah.
So my son's 30. He's killing it. But what we do is a lot of my people that are really old and we don't think is going to do anything else, we're introducing my son to them. My son is getting their kids' names and numbers, developing relationships with their kids, so that when we decide to retire, we're going to split the income from what he makes off of them. And it's already happening.
Wow.
Anyway, that's one of our retirement plans.
So what I'm hearing is follow up and love and appreciation and follow up. That's it. That's all it is.
It's not about social media. It's not about, it's just about, spreading love, right?
Yeah. Amen. And having conversations.
Yeah.
Any questions for Greg? Good stuff today, man. Appreciate you.
You bet. I always appreciate you.
Let's see. Past client sphere. Let's see. So Sean, past client, are you calling people you know? Hi, this is a business call. Sean's like to, I think he said, what do you know? What do you like to buy or sell in real estate in the next 7 to 10 days? Yeah. Do you mind if I
probably read that script a couple 100,000 times.
Yeah. Come off the tip. Yeah.
25 years.
Conditioning, right?
It's really basically, hey, Greg, you got a second for me? I was just calling. Today's call's about business because if you call Greg, he'll start talking about the football game, the baseball game, the soccer game. But if you say, hey, my call's about business today, you got a second for me? Now all of a sudden his brain stops and it actually does what they call a trigger. It's an NLP trigger. It gets him to pause and think about, okay, what do you need from me? it gets them to concentrate. And now you go back and say, hey, you know what? Just want to thank you for your business over the years. I was thinking about you driving by your house today. Is there anybody else in your church, your family, or your neighborhood that could use our help? We have a really high goal for ourselves this year, and we'd love to see if we can help some of your friends or family. Who do you know that I can help?
I really like that. I'm really terrible at it. Okay. I mean, I've been a Mike Ferry student, right? And I think you've been a Tom Ferry, if I remember right.
No, I was coached by Mike Ferry in '94. He was my personal coach.
There you go.
And then Tom, and then Matt, and then the whole cast of characters.
So I was coached by Mike Ferry for 15 years. So I know exactly where you're coming from.
Your name is familiar, Greg. I actually met you quite a few times at some events. I know
great.
you.
Great. Yeah. I went to all the events. Anyway, I really wish I could do a better job at that. But my deal is you're right. I'll just say at some point, hey, do you have I want them to kind of bring it up. I'll just say who you related to, by the way, and if they're related to somebody where we live, all of a sudden triggers me to say, can I have a relationship with them? Can I visit with them? So that's all.
Too easy.
It's nothing technical, right? So thank y'all. Thanks for letting me share.
Yeah. You want to have a question?
Yes, I do. And I know you mentioned in passing that you had 5 businesses. Can you expatiate a little bit on what those are?
That's funny. Yeah. So, okay, I'll count them off with my hands because I still have to count with my fingers.
Okay.
But I do bank consulting. I own real estate. I got 6 properties that I handle. They're nice homes. I do hard money lending. And so I have my own portfolio, right? I have mortgage loans. I have real estate. And I probably have something else I forgot about, but that's 5.
I love it. I mean, here's how crazy it is. I was on a cruise over Thanksgiving, right? And at one dinner, okay, I met somebody that runs an ice cream mobile shop that I could tie into a party if I wanted to. I have new friends. Sitting next to me was another guy who's a car dealer, sells cars. So he started talking about cars because it was like his thing. But then his wife's like, I like homes. I'm like, well, that's funny. That's what I do. In one setting, in 1 hour, I'm sitting here talking to an ice cream place that I can use for a social event, talking to another car dealer guy that's local, and his wife's like, I want a home. I'm like, I can help with that. So it's like, if you're talking about it, asking about it, and then I literally here's the funny part. I pull up like, hey, just scan my card, bro. And it was my Popple QR code. But he had the same thing. He had Popple. I'm like, let's go. We're going to get along good, So it's just being ready. Like if I would have given him a business card, that would have went in his pocket, probably never made it off the cruise and got thrown in the garbage on the way out or whatever. When he got home in his junk drawer, but now we're skiing. Now we're connected. Now I have his contact. I can text him, call him, say hi. Hey man, did you make it home okay? Just keep the conversation going. Put him into my database. Start sending him emails. Cool. Like phone calls. It's that easy. You start, just be cognizant of who you're talking to when you're talking to them, and in a cool way, introduce who you are. What do you do for? I always like to say, what are you known for? Just talk about an NLP thing, like, and say, what do you do? Say, what are you known for? And it makes them just talk different,
Hey, so can I tell you what we're really known for?
Yeah, what you known for?
That I hadn't brought up, and I know we're past time. We rent Greyhound buses when we have the parade of homes every year, because they keep going up on these beautiful homes, and so we get a bank to give us the food and have it at one of the banks and have everybody meet. We get on buses. We go look at the top end homes that evening for about 2.5 hours and take them back on a Greyhound bus. They think they've been on a trip, and it's just another way to secure that relationship.
Too easy, man. How much is a Greyhound bus? I'm just curious.
About $1,500 for 2 or 3 hours.
And you get how many people in it? 40, 50? 54. Okay.
I already know.
Yeah, 54. I was thinking 40, 50. Amazing, man. And how many people usually go?
We're normally overbooked. We have at least we get 2 buses, and then we're typically overbooked. The cost is not the Greyhound bus. It's not the food. It's the dadgum tickets to get into the parade of homes, because what happens is there's typically 3 sections. We take them to the nicest ones, but they get about a $25 ticket, which gives them the ability to go the other 2 later on.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. That's what you're known for.
That's what I'm known for.
All right. All right,
Really
guys.
Thank you.
Hope you got something out of today, man. Just if you do nothing but have conversations the next 22 days, I'm going to keep counting them down. We got 22 days before Christmas Eve. And so what you do the next 22 days is going to set your January, February, March up, put it on steroids. If you haven't looked into MLO Live inside of the portal, I'm building that thing on steroids. So I'm waiting for the number to get approved, but there's a lot of cool things there I'm going to be sharing. I'll probably share them tomorrow. I know Lynn's going to be up this week. I'd love to have Lynn back on because we're doing some cool stuff on the CDLP side. Hey, Lynn, just for kicks, when is the biggest day or month of divorce?
It is the first business day of January, my friend.
You guys hearing this?
I'm literally posting my LinkedIn post, and my opening line is thinking about divorce this holiday season. Don't let housing and uncertainty still the peace. Right.
I'm just saying, have a conversation. Be the go-to person. If you're not letting people know you, Lynn can be your CDLB person. You don't have to do the planning or all that stuff. She'll do it for you, give you a referral fee, and give you back the mortgage if there is one. So you're like, it's a win-win all the way around. Your clients are happy. They get taken care of. Lynn's amazing at what she does. And if there's 1, 2, 10 mortgages, there might be 10 because there might be a Greg and have 6 real estate, like you just don't know. So, all right. Love you guys. Thanks so much. Appreciate you. Have an amazing day. Take action. And we'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody.